Is it intro time, Lily?
Yes, it is.
We don't need no intro where we're going. We're going routing. Yeah. No.
You have to do it.
Bed. Routing time. So, let us go. Now this looks far better than anything before, but I identified a couple of issues like tear out and, air pockets trapped inside when I was folding. All of this is kind of to be expected working with such material in such high quantities. Not too big of an issue, like I can save this with beveling the edges, which I will do. And this I can fill up with resin, so not too big of an issue, but this is kind of the reason why I'm trying to avoid using handheld routers for my Floyd Rose cutouts, because they're not good on the Floyd Rose, because it's the most important part of the guitar. So let's head off to the CNC yet again to route the Floyd Rose cutout. Yeah. And the spooky part is complete. All the edges are still intact, so more routing ensues. Still kinda spooky, but a bit less. And the Floyd Rose bridge, it fits, it sits perfectly, just like I hoped. No edges were harmed during the process making, which I love. So next up, pickups, which I'm going to use as a template with a bushing attached to my router, because I don't care if tears occurs here, it shouldn't be that bad that the ring couldn't cover it, so more routing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How do I make a semi-decent neck pocket? Just follow these couple of steps and I won't be responsible for anything. Let's go. Step 1. Have a guitar body. Step 2. Have a neck. We mean guitar neck. Step 3. Get 2 pieces of wood, preferably planed. Step number 4. Clamps. Step number 5. Router. The first thing you need to do is draw the center line, so we know where the center of the whole guitar is. Damn, you need to know that. Then out of the center line you can expand onto the neck width. We expanded the neck width up to the bridge, so you know how wide would it be down here. So the next thing you want to do is take those 2 pieces of wood and clamp them on the side of the neck, so we get an elongated look of how the neck would continue, because with that we can start aligning the neck far better, so we get a neck nice in line with the rest of the guitar. Now place your neck with the two pieces of wood onto the guitar body and align it with the lines that we already drew on the body. Maybe move the neck slightly downwards so you got a slightly tighter neck joint. Climb the pieces of wood on the body. And the last piece of the puzzle, this piece of wood, is gonna stop you from routing all the way across the body, because you don't want the neck pocket to stop over here. This is the bridge area. You want it to stop it up here. So now you're set for routing. Let's go. I was advised by my legal team that I have to say this, but you need to remove the neck before you start routing, just to clear everything up. So remove the neck before you start routing. Thank you in advance. Congratulations! You have crafted yourself a neck pocket which can fit the neck. So, onto the back side. Not that back side, this back side of the guitar. You perverted, twisted, minded potato. These are all the templates we need, plus this one, to route out the back side. So let's get to routing fast! So now that everything's routed out, I think we need to bring more color to the backside of the guitar, so I'm gonna use the cosmic cookies left from our burnt pizza to actually make the covers. So I think I'm going to add some aluminum sheets to actually hopefully reinforce this clay, because it's kind of flexible and breakable, see? So now it's time to actually start making the covers. It fits, it sits, and it shall become a cover. Damn you, peace. Now that we have our covers routed out to shape and they fit snug as a bug, it's time to kind of thin them out a bit to expose the colors within. So more routing. And now we can divert our attention to the neck of the guitar. As you can already see, I already pre-drilled all the tuning peg holes. Routed this channel because I didn't forget it and because I totally didn't forget it. So the next step, fretboard, cool little ebony fretboard. We're just gonna glue it like this. Already put in little nails to help me keep everything aligned, because I don't want the fretboard to kind of get glued on like this, because that's not very usable. But it's fan-fret, at least here, huh? Useful. So time for the glue to dry, so up next, time traveling, so we can... Speaking of time traveling, we forgot to put that in. Damn it! And now that the fretboard has been glued onto the neck of the guitar, it's time for fret markers, because we're not some kind of animals that know our way around the fretboard while playing. You know, we're just mere mortals, you and me. So, fret markers is the next best thing. Should we go hard, difficult, complex, like on the Stradivarius and on the Tsunami build, or something simple? You know, because color really doesn't have a theme except, you know, color, duh. So, the next best thing... Kiss. No, not that band, we're not sellouts yet. Or we're not on our 6 or 12 or 100th farewell tour yet again. So we're gonna do the next best thing. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. And if that is unexpected, get ready for more clay. Let's get to more smooshing, because we haven't smooshed enough. So for the second part of the smoosh episode, we're going a bit different. I'm not thinking about snakes anymore, because I hate snakes on my goddamn plane. We're going Damascus mode.
But what is Damascus?
You may ask. Well, glad you asked. In a nutshell, it's basically combining two different metals on account of different percentage of carbon in the metal, layering it, smooshing, cutting, relayering it, and smooshing it until you have multiple layers, and then you put it in the acids to etch, because different metals etch differently, and then you get a pattern which is also plenty strong. So who doesn't want to have a weapon that looks good and is also plenty strong? By the way, I watch plenty of Alex Steele, if you could tell, and plenty of Forge and Fire, so I know what I'm doing. Let's get to Damascusing already, come on. Now that we have all of our fret markings cut out, we can start gluing the fret markings in. They look super wild, the pattern looks amazing. Compared to if I used like the old Cosmic Cookie, the pattern would be kinda meh. Two colors, not that wild. Multiple color, super wild. So it's time for fretboard stuff. And now that we're all well rounded, at least on the fretboard, it's time for the frets. But this time around I had a bright idea. I know I'm true intellectual and all that. What if instead of getting cut by each fret, because we're putting literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 24 times 2, 48 little knives inside of this neck. What if instead I just filed all of the edges as I progress? Huh? Bright idea. Alongside bright ideas, we have some bright new tools by Crimson. Thank you, Crimson, for sending those, because it's gonna be helpful. So without further ado, fretting on this beast. Little press, very cool, very strong, very helpful. So let's get to fretting already. Yeah, and this is going to be it for today's episode of the Iris Build for the Great Guitar Build-Off.
Patreons, darn it.
Thank you for joining me. Exactly, little patrons, darn it. Thanks to little patron in Varus for helping us along the journey. And thank you for your positive feedback. It's been amazing so far. So let's hope it's gonna get even better. So without further ado, thank you for joining me, and good night.